Good day. What's going on, guys? What's going on? So earlier, as I was walking, I heard the Lord say the Ten Commandments. I did a video like this before, but He's bringing emphasis back to it. So I want to go over the Ten Commandments found in Exodus 20, and then I'm going to bring you up to speed, okay, as to where we are and what this all means today. All right. It says here, Exodus 20. Then God spoke all these words. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the place of slavery. Do not have other gods besides me. Do not make an idol for yourself, whether in the shape of anything in the heavens above or on the earth below or in the waters under the earth. Do not bow and worship to them and do not serve them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, bringing the consequences of the father's iniquity on the children to the third and fourth generations of those who hate me, but showing faithful love to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commands. Do not misuse the name of the Lord your God, because the Lord will not leave anyone unpunished who misuses his name. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. You are to labor 6 days and do all your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath to the Lord your God. You must not do any work, you, your son, or your daughter, your male or female servant, your livestock, or the resident alien who is within your gates. For the Lord made the heavens and earth, the sea, and everything in them in 6 days. Then he rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and declared it holy. Honor your father and your mother so that you may have a long life in the land that your Lord your God is giving you. Do not murder, do not commit adultery, do not steal, do not give false testimony against your neighbor, do not covet your neighbor's house, do not covet your neighbor's wife, his male or female servant, his ox or donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. These are the 10 commandments, right? Okay. Now I want to flip to Matthew 5, verses 17 through 20, where it says, Don't think that I came to abolish the law or the prophets. I did not come to abolish, but to fulfill. So we know that Christ fulfilled the 10 commandments, right? For truly, I tell you, until heaven and earth pass away, not the smallest letter or one stroke of the letter will pass away from the law until all things are accomplished. Therefore, whoever breaks one of the least of these commands and teaches others to do the same will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever does and teaches these commands will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I tell you, unless your righteousness surpass that of the scribes and Pharisees, you will never get into the kingdom of heaven. Okay, now let's flip over to Matthew 22, verses 34 through 40. And this is what Christ did. He fulfilled the 10 commandments. And it reads, When the Pharisees heard that he had silenced the Sadducees, they came together, and one of them, an expert in the law, asked a question to test him. Teacher, which command in the law is the greatest? He said to him, Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the greatest and most important command. The second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets depend on these two commands. So what Christ did was he fulfilled the 10 commandments by summing it up. If you love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul, then you won't serve other gods. You won't put anyone else above him or before him, right? If you love your neighbor as yourself, then you won't kill, you won't steal, you won't commit adultery, you won't covet, right? So Christ fulfilled the law. Okay? And he gave us 2 new commandments that sums up the 10 commandments. Okay, I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know why God is having me go back over this. I did a video on this already, but this is very crucial. Many are not doing these 2 commands, and so I'm here to remind you of what they are, because no one will see God unless you do it. He says, if you love me, then you will keep my commandments. That means that you will do them. Only if you love the Lord, only those who love the Lord do his word. We live it. We have to be examples to the believers. Anyone who is not doing the word does not love God. I want you to know that. And so we know where they going, right? They not going to be with God. Be blessed.